Hey, what's up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. Today I'm here on the Monster Bass channel to talk to you guys about a technique that is overlooked by so many people, and it's so incredibly simple if you can put it all together, and that's fishing a mayfly hatch. So I'm kind of torn by this, guys, because I found one, but I have a tournament in 2 days, and so I don't really want to catch a fish out of it. So be honest with you, I'll fish it very briefly. If I catch something cool, if I don't, I'm marking it, and I'll use footage from a previous catch on a mayfly just because I need to save this for tournament time in 2 days. So anyway, I'll show you how to find one, how to fish it, and everything that goes along with that. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so like I said, my name is John from Mongo Fishing, and this is the Monster Bass channel. Now, if you're new to the Monster Bass channel, this channel is dedicated to teach you to be a better angler, better bass fisherman, better bluegill fisherman, whatever, just a better fisherman as a whole. So if you want to learn tips and techniques and tricks on how to become a better bass fisherman, hit that subscribe button right down there along with the bell notification button so you get notified every single time Monster Bass puts out another video. My channel, Mongo Fishing, will be linked in the description below. I'd dig it if you came over and checked that out also. But let's get into this. So, you know, I'm primarily a tournament guy. I don't do much fun fishing anymore. Most of my fun fishing is just practice for another tournament, to be honest with you. So I'm out here practicing, and I found a mayfly hatch. And mayfly hatches are incredible opportunities to just catch some giant bags. But they're not all equal, and they don't all set up the same. And so that's where I'm going to kind of help you guys here, is help, one, how to find one, two, what you're looking for to make sure that it's going to be a productive one, and then three, how to catch fish off of it. And like I said, if I'm only going to make a couple casts, if I don't catch a fish, I'm moving on. I need to save this for tournament day. I know that if the bass aren't here yet, they will be in a day or so. They just got to set up, and this is still pretty early stages of this mayfly hatch, so it's going to work out perfect, I think. So let's get into how to identify one, what you're looking for in the first place when you're out fishing, just to see if there's a mayfly hatch, you know, potentially close by. So I'm out here fishing, and one of the first things I notice as I'm moving around is all these little dead bodies. Okay, so let's grab one and bring it on board. And so it just looks like a piece of vegetation or whatever, but what it is the last little stage that mayflies have before they fly out of the water. So when you're seeing lots of these little bodies floating around, you know that a hatch has happened. I mean, there's probably, you know, 100 or so sitting right here in this like 10-foot section. But they're out here in front of me. They're all along here. So let's see if we can find out or find a tree with a really good quantity of them, and I can show you what we do from there. So first thing I do is I throw my frog into the tree itself. I want to get these things knocked in the water. This is not a good hatch. There's not many on it. So let's keep moving. In the tree. Shake it down. And again, we're just looking for the tree that has the most of them, because you want to knock these mayflies out. Because what happens is these mayflies fall on the surface, and then bluegill start popping on them. And if you have bluegill popping on your mayflies, that's just going to attract bass. So first step is to get these mayflies knocked in the water, get the bluegill start popping. Here's what a mayfly looks like. There's one on my face. That's what they look like, guys. They cannot bite, cannot sting. Look like that right there, guys. See that little cypress right there? It's got bluegill popping underneath it. That's gonna be the mayfly hatch we want right there, underneath that cypress tree right there. Okay, it's in the tree. Let's shake it, get a cloud to come flying out. See that fish popping behind it? So there are bluegill here. So now it's just a matter of time before bass show up. So you can sit here all day, or you can come back. I'm gonna mark it and come back. Probably fish this tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Saturday, during the tournament. But guys, that's what I'm looking for. See how simple that is? A giant cloud coming out, a bluegill popping underneath it. So baits. All right, so I always start off with a frog. Again, first thing I wanna do is throw it in the tree, get it stuck, shake it a lot, knock a bunch of mayflies in the water so the bluegills start popping it. Again, if you keep watching right there by the tree, they're still coming up and popping occasionally. And this isn't a good hatch, this is just the best hatch I've found so far today. A good hatch, they're blowing up for real, and it's just ridiculous. But that's a good start right there. We already have fish activity on that one. So again, first thing I start off is the frog to knock stuff down, get it loose. Then I like to go in with a black and blue swim jig and just fish a swim jig through there because these bass are eating bluegill. The bluegill are eating these mayflies. So I don't want a shad pattern. I want something black and blue, you know, green pumpkin, something to imitate a bluegill for my swim jig. I'm only giving that a couple casts. And then I go in with a flipping bait. Again, either black and blue or green pumpkin because we are imitating bluegill. But we're also imitating other things. I mean, there's gonna be frogs that'll be here, there's turtles that'll be here, there's a whole ecosystem that shows up on these mayfly hatches. So, flipping bait, this is a structure bug, Strike King structure bug. I'll give this a couple flips, not too long. Probably should have got that closer. And I'll do a flip or two with that. And then the very last thing I'll flip with is a Senko. No need to do that. You guys know what a Senko looks like. My eyes aren't deceiving me. I got to get a different camera angle on this, but there's a really big hatch right up here. It's just not in the water. It's well above the water, but it should set up the same. If these mayflies are falling in, then these fish should still set up the same. But this is probably 15 feet up in the air. So they have to have these mayflies fall in to get any of them. I just got to figure out how I can get this on camera. It basically looks like a really heavy branch. I doubt you guys will be able to see that, man. You know what? I might just have to take some pictures and try to post that in there somehow. All right, guys, so identifying a mayfly hatch. Now, if you look in this tree, all those branches seem to be about the same until you get to these ones that are right here in the center now. See how dark and heavy they look? It's because they're full of mayflies. I mean, there are millions of mayflies sitting on those branches right there. So that's how you identify a good mayfly hatch. Oh, you know what? One just did pop right there. So there is activity down here. Look at this. There are bass here somewhere. Anyway, guys, so that's that. Super simple, super easy, man. It's literally just a matter of looking for the clues, looking for these little things floating on the surface, looking for the bugs flying around, and then just try to look around in the trees and find out where they're at. Once you find out where they're at, the process is so incredibly simple. Frog in the bush to shake them out, frog underneath that bush, walk it like a normal frog. Once the bluegills start popping, the bass will start popping on the bluegill. If that doesn't work, then I follow up with a swim jig, you know, some sort of bluegill pattern, black and blue, green pumpkin, something. If that doesn't work, then I go to a flipping bait like a Strike King structure bug, a motivated revelation craw, something like that, right? Darks, you know, black and blues, green pumpkins, whatever. And then if that doesn't work, last thing is a Senko. Occasionally I'll throw in like a shad pattern swim jig. Not for any rhyme or reason. I think just to break up the monotony after I've picked on one mayfly hatch for a while and beat it up and got lots of, you know, several fish out of it, then I might switch up to other baits that I wouldn't typically throw in there. Like I said, like a shad pattern swim jig or something like that. Just trying to get those other fish that, you know, just want a different look on things. But this is a proven strategy, guys. You can have some of your absolute best days you've ever had fishing a good mayfly hatch. And mayflies, you know, the hatches can run anywhere basically all summer long. You can have a mayfly hatch. So take advantage of it while you have them and fish mayfly hatches because they've got such amazing potential. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. Again, my name is John from Mongo Fishing. My channel will be linked down in the description below. If you are not a subscriber to Monster Bass, hit that subscribe button right down there along with the bell notification button so you get notified every single time Monster Bass puts out another video. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, feel free to ask any questions. And as always, guys, get on the water, be safe, and go catch a monster bass. He was little. He'd have kept. He wouldn't have kept for me, but he'd have kept. He didn't get it good either. Like, he just barely sucked it down. I wouldn't have, like, if I wasn't looking, I wouldn't have known it happened. Like that one. Same exact spot. He's not gonna help me.